What is up, you beautiful people? I love you and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today, I'm going to go over the different cameras that I use and what I like and what I don't like about each one of them, hopefully to give you guys a informed decision before you guys buy your own camera. It is going to talk a little bit about if you want to be a motovlogger, what I recommend personally, and which ones I would recommend is more of like a dash cam type camera. So, with that said, guys, on a video. Peace. So you want to be a moto vlogger and you want to start making motorcycle content. What camera should you get? Let me help you decide. I'm going to give you guys my pros and cons on my different cameras that I have and that I have had in the past, and I'll let you guys make the decision on your own as far as which one you want to continue to use or which one you want to go ahead and get. So starting us off, we have the Insta360 Ace Pro. Now, I love this camera in terms of its quality and its battery life. It is fantastic in both those respects. However, when it comes to being able to edit things and like do things in app with the footage from the camera, I don't love it. I think the app is very clunky and it has a lot of area for growth. Like it's got so much opportunity to just improve and just be better. So personally, I prefer GoPro cameras in terms of that respect. However, the quality is definitely better than GoPro, and the battery life certainly is better than GoPro. That said, moving on, we have the Insta360. This is the X4. It is super duper great. I use this as a trail camera, and personally, again, I love the footage. The battery life is amazing. These batteries will be like at 30 or 40%, while this one is still at like 80. So that part of it is fantastic. So if you're looking to use this as just more of like a dash cam or something more for like your personal safety, or if something ever does happen, you want to make sure that you have it recorded, 100% get an Insta camera. They just last forever and it is great. Be warned though, if you do get one of these, do not use one of the GoPro style mounts. They will snap. I had this camera mounted on the front of my bike with one of these mounts, and the mount snapped within 24 hours. I was on my second ride ever, and the camera mount snapped when I went over some railroad tracks, and I had to buy a whole new camera, and it was absolutely terrible. I was pissed. So stick with the mounts that come with this camera. The little circular ones, they are so much better in terms of just the stability that they provide for this camera. I think just the flexibility in these is not what's going to work with this, just because it has a longer angle, I guess is the way to put it, or it gives it more leverage to use against the camera or the camera mount. Anyway, I love this camera. It is great quality, like I said. Battery life is amazing, but same issue I have with the Insta Ace Pro. It is super duper clunky in the editing, and it's just really, really slow, and I don't have the patience to deal with that on the app. So I don't personally use that app very much. So most of the footage on both of these cameras goes unused unless I have something very particular that I want to pull from it, like the backpack video or a chase video, or if I ever get pulled over, things like that. That's when this camera will come into play, because there was something that happened behind me that I want you to see. Otherwise, you guys normally don't see footage from this camera. Moving forward, this is one of my main cameras. This is the GoPro Max. I've had two of these. The first one survived a head-on collision at 60 miles an hour, and it kept going. It kept trucking. The only issue I had with that one was the screen was technically split. Like, it had an issue with the software. And then the lenses were very scratched up from the crash. So the quality wasn't as good as it used to be. Otherwise, the battery life isn't amazing, but it definitely is good enough. I have two batteries, and they will normally last me about an hour, hour and a half apiece. Obviously, it's entirely dependent on temperature and what your settings are on the camera. I run this thing at full resolution, 60 frames per second, and it lasts me about an hour, hour and a half. No problems with this camera personally, and it is amazing in terms of the quality. The editing is super duper smooth. I love the app that comes with GoPro. So if you're going to be making videos, 100% go with GoPro. Editing is just easier, the software is easier, and you have more options for it. Moving on, This is my brand new GoPro Hero 13 Black. This was a replacement camera for the 9 that I had. The 9 got into a car accident with me along with my other GoPro Max, and similar issues. The charging port on it didn't work, so the media mod that I had at the time no longer worked with it, which made it difficult to record video with audio. So I pretty much had to overlay things or put text on the screen and use an AI voice instead of having my own voice, and I didn't like that. So I reached out to GoPro and they were super duper awesome, and they actually upgraded my camera when they replaced it. Pulling that aside though, this is the media mod. If you are going to be making content, I highly recommend getting one of these. That way you can put an actual microphone inside of your helmet, which will improve your audio quality significantly. Now, I have like a $5 microphone in my helmet right now. Not the best. Definitely plan on upgrading that, but if you guys like this kind of content that I make in terms of just talking to the camera or talking through the camera from my actual POV, 100%, if that's the kind of content you want to make, get a media mod and get a helmet mount and just shoot your shot, man. I mean, worst thing that can happen is your video doesn't go viral, which I mean, sometimes isn't the worst thing. Trust me, the internet can be cruel. Now, that media mod is mounted onto a Moto Rad's helmet mount, if it'll focus. There we go. It is mounted onto a Moto Rad's helmet mount. You can see it peeling off here, and that's just because I'm not smart. I will keep this thing fully cinched down with the camera in it, and then I will just tilt the camera down, because in the back of the media mod here, you have your camera port and then a charging port that you can actually charge the GoPro through. So I'll typically, instead of going through the process of taking it off because I'm lazy, I'll just tilt the camera down and do that. But because I didn't let this fully seat, I guess is the word I'm going to use, I unfortunately messed it up. But this camera mount has been amazing. It has handled everything that I've thrown at it and more, and it has been solid. I mean, this happened at the very beginning, like I said, because I messed up and I was dumb, but zero issues since. So I highly recommend Motorads if you guys do want to pick up a helmet mount. It is a little bit more showy, like it shows more, obviously, but I like the added stability because it gives me more. Because if something like this was to happen on like a chin mount, it wouldn't be on my helmet anymore. It would have probably fallen off by now. But yeah, guys, that is all of the cameras that I use and what I use them for, as well as my personal thoughts about them. Like I said, if you want to actually make content, go with GoPro. Their editing is just a lot smoother. And yeah, you're going to need more batteries, but at the end of the day, it is worth the sacrifice in terms of just being able to produce content more quickly and efficiently. These cameras, however, like I said, higher quality, better battery life, and are fantastic if you have a computer to edit on, which I'm doing everything on my phone, which is the main reason I prefer these. But if you have a computer to edit on, go for it, man. Get these cameras. They are fantastic quality, and the battery life is just better. I have 3 batteries for this one, 3 batteries for this one, 3 batteries for that one, and 2 batteries for the Max. The max total battery life with everything is about 3 hours. This one's about closer to 5. This one will last me almost 7 or 8 hours. And same with this one, about maybe 7.5 hours of battery life. And that is again with all of these on full resolution and max settings. Anyway, guys, if you guys are interested in anything like this, and if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys. Stay happy, healthy, and humble. Peace.